Alrighty, what's good? We're getting cracking for the day. Gonna see how many properties we can get through. Had a little bit of a later start this morning. Had an unfortunate dump scenario last night. Bed was full of stuff. Dump closed 30 minutes earlier than it says they did. Had to do it this morning. It's about
10 o'clock.
9:21 right now. See how many houses we can get in. Hopefully get some good footage for you guys. Another day in the life of mowing. Let's get it. As you can see, these lines are pretty beaten in here, but obviously with these smaller squares, it's hard to cut it different ways every week. So most of the time what I'll do is 2 weeks I'll do it this way, and then I'll shift, I'll cut it off kiltered so the tire lines are just outside of where they are now, so we don't cause bad ruts and stuff like that at these kind of properties. I don't know, I mean, that's my trick to it. If whatever y'all got, let us know. You can call this lazy, you can call this whatever you want, but if I can get away with it, this is how I'm blowing off. What's up?
I didn't trim like that one patch right there. Then I could just take the grandstand and just cut the one strip.
I'll do it when I'm done with this. We're gonna have the blower. Alrighty, that was property 1. It was a little long, took me a little bit there. Had to double cut the back. But nonetheless, we're looking pretty good out here. Easy commercial property. All right, property 1, onto the real route. Yeah, we'll see what we can get ourselves into today. Alrighty, here at that larger residential property I talked about in the last mowing video. I'm gonna get some different camera angles this week, so hopefully it turns out a lot better. I've got a POV on, and then we've got a clip on the front of the mower. But yeah, we're moving decent, I guess. I mean, we're getting the big boys out of the way right now, so that, yeah, that looks money. All right, but let's get going. But yeah, big property, gonna get this trimmed up. Gavin's on the mower. This lawn grows like crazy. This was exactly 1 week ago I was here, and I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's long. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Like, I think it took me like just about 20 minutes to trim this. Gavin has been mowing for about 20 minutes all up front. So the way we get this property done to be efficient is everything in the backyard, there's no concrete that we have to blow off. So you can see Gavin did it here. It's along the out back still. Hit this front part. Everything touching the streets in the driveway that we have to blow off. We whoever's on the mower, we split that up. We do all the grass out front first, so that now in a second here, I'm gonna be able to go blow all this off. And once I blow it off, I'm done, and you know, I'll just wait in the truck for Gavin to load up the mower. Alrighty, just getting done with that property. My camera died at some point at the end there. I don't know. I was talking maybe to the air, maybe to you guys. I have no idea. The grass flap's still acting up. I don't know what's going on with that thing, but I mean, I'm gonna text the guy. It's like a family-owned business. Green Guard shoot blocker. Awesome product. I can't really complain about it. You know, at first I had a couple issues with it, just trying to tweak it in, but once I got it dialed in, it's such a essential piece of equipment to us, to keep as much grass as possible out of the mulch beds, you know, for quality purposes, and you know, then we don't have to go around and blow it out. It takes less time, stuff like that. But I'm gonna get that figured out. Dude's awesome. Like, I literally text him at like 10 at night sometimes, and he texts me. He's like, "This is exactly what you got to do to fix it," and it's never wrong. So Jeremiah at Green Guard is the man. But yeah, just checking in. We're running out of batteries, so hopefully we can get some more footage for you guys. Gonna charge them up, but I can't say I'm too confident that the truck is gonna charge it very fast. So we will catch you in the next lawn. I think we're going out by the lake now, so those should be some nice properties to get some POVs on. Alrighty, getting to property. Oh wow, 4. Kicking rocks a little bit today, but it's all right. We're getting there done. We're getting there done. Tomorrow's gonna be a big push today, so maybe this will be a mega video. You know, get a whole bunch of footage. Yeah. All right, I'm about to put y'all on the mower. Customer requested that we're not blowing into these rocks and into, you know, their neighbor's stuff, so she's asking us to blow up the driveway, which it doesn't look quite too steep here. Maybe it does, but it's pretty gnarly steep. But maybe hoping this little clip of Gavin blowing it up will look kind of satisfying for y'all. Alrighty. Hopefully that looked kind of cool. Maybe, I don't know. So the actual count, last time I said we did 4, but that was actually 5. Big difference. But I did one that wasn't on my route right away this morning before we started it. So really we've done 6. About to go to that retirement home again. Thankfully I'm not the one trimming it. Thursdays, even without, you know, the late start with having to run to the dump this morning, even without that, it's normally a slower moving day. Our first 2 are pretty easy. We get those done real quick. And then where I picked up the camera at, that larger residential is where it gets big. The next 2 are kind of complicated. Ends with the retirement home being cheeks. We're gonna go get that knocked out and then get to the shed. Alrighty, about to cut the retirement home.
We're both doing it.
Camera reception. About to do the retirement home again. See how this goes. I am very happy to say I am in fact not trimming it this week. So that is hype. Cash money. Let's go. Trying a little bit different angle. We'll see how this goes.
Alright, y'all, I'm about to trim our biggest property. It's a retirement home. Usually it takes about an hour or so, like 50 minutes to trim. So I'm about to get this done, and then it's on to the easy stuff after this. I was gonna top her off on gas before this one. No matter when the last time I filled it up was. A walk of shame from the opposite corner would not be ideal. String was a little bit too long for my liking. No. Alright, well, fortunately, we will be getting a walk of shame. But we're right next to the truck, so really is not that big of a deal. That is probably the best case scenario for the walk of shame right there. This trimmer is a little bit older. It's a little bit of a smaller engine, so it's a little lighter, which I honestly is better. I honestly think that having a smaller motor is better if you're running a guard when the string is shorter, but after taking the guards off, I definitely prefer the bigger ones because you can run the string longer and it doesn't like catch on anything. This hasn't gotten ran in a while though. There we go. about like a couple minutes lost there, but not the worst case scenario.
Just got the retirement home cut. Gavin's still trimming a little bit. We got everything blown off except for what he's still trimming right now. I feel like we're moving pretty good here. We do not like this place, but we're not here to like it, we're here to get it done. So we got it done. We are big chillin' now. Hopefully gonna cruise through some smaller properties. Oh, this place isn't fun to trim. It's not that fun to mow. You mow that big front ditch and you're like, oh, I'm almost done. And then you're just not. Then there's so much tedious stuff. All the trees you gotta go around, and there's like a super steep slope back here that's kind of hard to get on. Oh, that little cut stings. But yeah, I mean, we're chugging along, getting there done. Going to go blow off what Gavin's finishing up right now. Low-key running out of batteries here. They're not charging fast enough, so we'll see how much more video I can get today. Regardless, tomorrow is going to be a long day, probably 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. once again. So yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. W lunch. Snack wraps are back, baby. Tastes like they never left. Very W. Everyone go get your snack wrap. Not sponsored, by the way.
Throwing in the towel for the day.
Yeah, it was not a super productive day, but we got the big stuff out of the way. We're gonna have a big push day tomorrow. And then Saturday, Gavin can work until like 3 really.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back to the shop at 4. We should be able to get some good stuff made up though, honestly.
Yeah.
That should still be fine.
I think we're gonna, honestly, I think it's gonna go crazy tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a big day.
Because now we're just onto the smaller properties.
And we'll hit our pockets where it's a little more dense.
Yeah, be nice and fresh. Shorter day today, but go hard tomorrow.
And Saturday morning.
Yeah.